I'm Sophie from NME, and I'm joined by Alt J at Mad Cool Festival. How are we, guys?
Very well, thank you.
Very good.
So you're headlining this evening. How are we feeling about it?
We're buzzing, aren't we?
Yeah, buzzing.
Yeah. It's our second time here. It's a great festival, and yeah, we can't wait to get on
We
stage.
just watched a bit of Muse, and I think we were, I don't know, it was quite filled with a sense of pride, really. So I was like, there's so many UK bands that people love around the world, and then you watch Muse, and all the crowd is sort of like jumping, universally jumping, and it's a good vibe.
And what can we expect from your own set? Maybe any pyro like Muse, or are we not going that OTT?
If you see any pyro in our set, something's gone very wrong.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Maybe one day.
Yeah.
Is it 6 Seconds of Summer or 6 Days of Summer? That pop band from Australia.
5 seconds
5
of summer.
seconds of summer.
That's it.
Very close.
That's
Very
close.
1 second away.
I believe the guitarist sort of like dipped his head into a bit of pyro.
That did
accidentally.
happen, and he had to
got-
come off stage.
Yeah.
Wow.
Have you
So-
ever had any sort of close encounters on stage, or we?
Well, actually, recently, Tom, our drummer, actually fell off his riser at the end of the
what
gig and
happened
hurt his
there?
leg. Yeah, it's hard to say, really. He missed a step.
I think he was,
We looked
yeah.
around, he was on the floor, writhing in agony.
7 stitches.
Yeah.
7.
Nasty business.
So yeah.
But we're back on the road, feeling positive,
Yeah.
we're back again.
Didn't miss any gigs. He
No.
firmed it in a big
I mean,
way.
that's just how it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's rock and
So
roll.
you guys have been touring the Dream across Europe recently. How has that been for you? What have the fan responses been like to the new music?
Very nice, actually. Yeah, very
Yeah.
good. You know, I think you know, like songs like Hard Drive Gold and stuff like that's it's in the encore, and it feels like an encore song already, which is a good thing. You know, it feels like
Yeah.
people are waiting for it, so that's nice. And
Yeah.
Chicago gets a very good response, actually.
It does. Yeah.
It's a good festival song.
Yeah. It's nice playing new music and it connecting with an audience because, I mean, you know, nothing can beat breeze blocks. But
Never.
but there's some lovely accompaniments that you can find throughout all of our albums that can sort of like line up alongside that song maybe. And it's nice that we're still writing songs that even now kind of fit with that
For sure.
energy.
And prior to this tour, you guys celebrated 10 years of An Awesome Wave with the anniversary show in London. What was it like to revisit that album in full and play it to fans where that music means so much to them?
It was
Challenging
and
Really?
strange from us on stage. I think just because we're so used to playing our set in a certain order that playing breeze blocks like the third song into the set was a really weird feeling and things
Yeah.
like that. But I think it was also actually doing that show did make us realise that it was worth marking the anniversary in some way. You know, I think we kind of planned to let the anniversary kind of slide by a little bit, hadn't we? But actually, in the event, I'm really glad we did it, and I think we're going to be. I'm not probably supposed to say this anyway, but that probably might not be the
Enemy
last
exclusive.
anniversary show we do. We might do some
Yeah.
elsewhere in the world, and
Yeah.
so,
Where are we thinking?
maybe Down Under. Is that a clue?
Bit of an obvious one, but we'll take
Yeah,
it.
it's a thinker. It's a real thinker. Yeah. So anyway, we'll see.
Yeah, it was quite cathartic, I think, for us to kind of release that tension, I suppose, because like 10 years after An Awesome Wave, I mean, that has been like our business card throughout the last decade. So it was nice to kind of honor it in that way and for our fans to experience it. So yeah, it was cool.
And you guys brought your former bandmate Will back out on stage. How
did.
did that happen? How did you arrange that and get that together?
I mean, we're still you know in close contact with him all the time. He's still one of our best mates. So,
Yeah.
but we asked him to do it, and he was actually quite. I think he was quite. He was eager to. He was happy to be asked, but he was nervous about it, wasn't he? I think he was worried because he hadn't picked up a guitar in like 8 years or something. So he was like,
Wow.
not
Yeah.
actually sure I can play the guitar anymore.
Yeah.
But actually, he came back very quickly, and he did a great job. And it was just really nice to.
He was bricking it though. Really nervous. And I think after he came off stage, he had his sort of like he was bent over double, like sort of like breathing heavily,
Oh, bless him.
almost like it was like a traumatic experience.
God.
But he
loved
enjoyed
it.
it. He loved it.
And I guess, what was it like for you to reflect on that era as a whole? Were you reminded of maybe like any mad tour stories or anything that happened around when that album was released?
I mean, I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, we've
Everything
always...
was new, wasn't it? That's
Yeah,
the thing. Yeah.
yeah.
Like it was just such a. I wish I'd kept a diary of that time because I think
Yeah.
we toured for like 2 years and we did doing everything for the first time and
We said yes to everything.
Yeah.
Which
And
was,
so
you know, in so doing, we had a lot of fun.
yeah.
So going back to The Dream, you guys have been releasing remixes of a couple of the tracks off that album recently. Is that something you want to do a bit more in the future? Like obviously with Relaxer, you released the Reduxer album and collabed with a few artists. Sort of any other names in mind that you want to team up with again?
I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, it's quite endeavor writing an album and then touring an album. You know, you are quite creatively depleted afterwards. So, you know, I think when you start to build up your strength in terms of writing again, you're more focused on music that you're thinking about and like just for the band. And so you're not really thinking about whether you want to do remixes or working with other artists. I think you're more focused on sort of like starting again as a band on another project. And I think that happens, that's never not happening.
Constant process.
It's a constant process, yeah. And then if something suits something, or you have a good relationship with someone outside of the band, you know, you can build things quite quickly. That might happen, it might not, but we don't know yet. Yeah.
I guess so many years into the band, is there still maybe any names that you'd love to work with, that just like bucket list to tick off?
It's interesting because I always think the people I really like, I would want them to keep doing things on their own.
Right.
You know, I'd say like Philip Glass, but I'm like, nah, I think I'd like to listen to a Philip Glass album without my vocals on it.
We are trying to get a Soulwax remix at the moment.
Oh, that's
That
true.
would
That would be
banging.
cool.
That'd be
yeah,
huge.
yeah. Like our tour manager used to tour manage Soulwax, and we're always pressing him to tell us crazy stories about tour managing Soulwax and too many DJs, and he seemingly has a limitless supply of crazy stories about
I can
it.
imagine.
None of which are suitable
What's the
for.
maddest one that you've heard so far?
No, they're all absolutely top shelf.
Yeah.
It can't be repeated.
Top shelf stories.
Yeah.
What track would you like them to remix though?
Well, this is it. We've been talking about this, haven't we? I mean,
I would actually like them to choose from the album if they were up for it.
Right.
Because it's a big task, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah.
but I grew up listening to Soulwax and their remixes as well. I love their remixes. So
They've been doing loads of
It'll be-
great ones recently,
yeah.
like Wet Leg. And
yeah.
I know. Yeah, I saw something in the NME about that.
Are you Wet Leg fans yourselves?
Well,
Yes.
yes, very much so. I only found out about Wet Leg maybe 8 months ago, and I was just looking at YouTube and I saw this band that were doing a song called Shays Lounge, and I was like, I thought they were Scandinavian, and I was just like, they're so cool, and that's such a refreshing song. I was like, who are they? And I immediately started sort of like delving into like who they were, and they're from the Isle of Wight, which is not far from where I'm from.
Yeah.
So I immediately felt like a kinship with them. So I was like, Southampton, Isle of Wight,
Close enough.
Solent.
the Solent, the ferry
It's all in
to
there.
the Isle of Wight to Southampton. You know,
So looking to the future, what are you guys sort of hoping to achieve? We've got 4 albums in now, the anniversary shows that you've revealed to NME today. What's next for Alt J?
Win another Mercury Prize.
yeah. We like winning the first one. Maybe
Like
We
every
loved
10
winning
every
it.
10 years, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's
Every
a
10 years.
it's a decade.
Yeah.
What's the word for that? Every 10 years. Is there a word for that? Fuck knows.
Decathlon.
Sure, it's
I think decade
decathlon.
works.
Every decade. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, is it like annual, biannual, decannual?
Something.
Yeah.
So this
yeah.
September, eyes are on the Mercury Prize
Yeah.
for The Dream.
Yeah.
And we'll settle for a Grammy
Yeah.
next year.
Well, thank you so much for speaking to us today and enjoy the rest of your festival.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.